Welcome to April 2026. OpenAI has officially evolved the Agents SDK from a simple multi-agent orchestrator into a production-grade platform. We are moving beyond basic LLM calls into a world of long-horizon tasks where agents read repositories, edit files, and install dependencies autonomously. This update solves the critical gaps in security, memory, and tool integration that held back the agentic revolution until now. The numbers tell the story of a maturing ecosystem. As the MCP standard crossed 97 million installs this year, OpenAI realized that hand-rolling tool integrations was a relic of the past. By partnering with 8 major sandbox providers, they have created a unified interface for secure execution that scales from local testing to massive enterprise deployments. The headline feature is the separation of the control harness from the compute layer. Previously, agents running code posed a massive security risk. Now, the harness manages your API keys and logic in an isolated environment, while the compute layer runs in a sandbox. This architecture prevents lateral movement attacks, ensuring that even if an agent is compromised, your core credentials remain untouchable. Statelessness has always been the enemy of productivity. The 2026 SDK introduces a dual memory system. While session memory tracks the conversation, the new workspace learning layer allows agents to accumulate knowledge about the project they are working on. This means the agent remembers which tests failed yesterday and which library versions are required for the current build without needing a prompt reminder. Implementing a secure sandbox is now trivial. In this example, we initialize a sandbox agent using the E2B client. Notice how we can mount local source files directly into the isolated workspace. The agent can then analyze the code and run tests within that protected environment, returning only the final summary to the user without any risk to the host system. Connecting to external data sources is handled through native MCP support. Here, we see an agent configured with 2 different MCP servers, one for file system access and another for a SQLite database. This standardized approach allows the agent to use these tools interchangeably without the developer needing to write custom wrappers for every single API or database connection. The developer experience is streamlined for speed. You can spin up these agents and watch them interact with the file system in real time. The SDK handles the heavy lifting of mounting directories and managing the server lifecycle. When you run the agent, it automatically connects to the defined MCP servers and begins executing tasks within the sandbox environment you've defined. The new harness architecture is the backbone of this update. It creates a strict boundary between the brain and the hands of the agent. By isolating the shell and file operations, OpenAI has created a framework that is finally ready for the enterprise. This separation allows for granular permissions, where the harness can audit every single command before it is executed in the compute layer. The SDK now ships with 5 built-in primitives that represent the gold standard for agentic behavior. From the shell tool for running commands to the agents.md files for configuration, everything is designed for consistency. The skills system is particularly interesting as it allows for progressive disclosure of capabilities, making multi-agent hierarchies more efficient and easier to debug. The integration of the Model Context Protocol is perhaps the most significant long-term change. By adopting MCP as the primary way agents talk to tools, OpenAI is signaling the end of fragmented proprietary tool calling formats. This creates a universal plugin system where any tool built for one agent can be instantly utilized by any other agent in the ecosystem. The April 2026 update to the OpenAI Agents SDK marks the definitive end of the demoware era. We finally have the infrastructure needed to deploy autonomous agents that can perform real, high-stakes work without compromising security or losing their way during long-horizon tasks. This is the foundation of the autonomous future. Are you ready to build the next generation of autonomous systems? The tools are here, and the grid is waiting. For deep dives into the code and advanced architectural patterns, visit Effloow.com and start building your future today.